This video is part of the Iron Orchid Designs Spring Release Party playlist. If you want to see other tutorials featuring the new release items, please find the link to the playlist in the description below or visit the Iron Orchid Designs YouTube channel. So I have this beautiful table behind me and I'm going to be doing a paint inlay on it. I'm doing the all new Summer Villa. I'm so excited about this paint inlay. I think it's going to look fabulous on the top of the table. Before I start with the paint inlay though, I'm going to lay down a layer of Crackle. Yes, this table has already been painted, it's already been sealed, but the type of finish I can go ahead and just paint over it without any prep except for cleaning it. So let's get started. So applying the Crackle, I want my cracks to go east to west. So I'm going to go in this motion. If I wanted them to go in all different directions, I would paint the Crackle on all different directions. I'm applying it thicker in some areas and not as thick in other areas because I want some of the cracks to be thicker than the other ones. Okay, so while we wait for the Crackle to dry, we're going to go ahead and open up our paint inlay. We need to get the paint inlay ready to put on. So, this is a good time to do it while the Crackle is drying. You'll notice on the paint inlays that there is an extra line here around the edges. So what we want to do is we want to cut that off so when we go to put the inlay on, we can line them up appropriately, perfectly, and there is not going to be that framed in little part of the inlay. We want it to match up perfectly. So we're going to go ahead and cut these off on all of them. It takes a bit of time to do that, but it is well worth it. Trust me, I made that mistake one time. And that's it. All you have to do is, but you have to do it to all four sides to all 8 sheets. Okay, so another way you can cut your paint inlays if you don't want to use your scissors. This would probably be a little faster is grab your cutting mat, a straight edge. Here I have a yardstick and my rotary cutter. And then I just simply cut the line and it comes off perfect. The Crackle is dry and now we're ready for our first coat of paint. So now we wait for this first coat of paint over the Crackle to dry, and then we're going to come back on and we are going to lay down our Summer Villa Paint Inlay. Okay, so I have the whole paint inlay laid out. You always want to make sure you lay it out before you put it on and commit to make sure it's centered, make sure it fits, and make sure you have it where you want. So what we're going to do now is I have you zoomed in here. I'm going to show you up close how much paint I use and how I put the inlay on. Okay, so I'm just going to stick these a little bit wide, just so when I put my paint down, I don't get it on the inlay. I have the center marked, so I know exactly where I'm going to put my pages. So let's start with the first one. So here is my line. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just put the paint on. And I want to make sure, I'm going to make sure that I'm putting enough on that I have extra so I don't have to apply it. I want to make sure my sheet covers the amount of paint that I'm putting on. So I'll probably go a little wider than what I think the width of the sheet is. Now you'll notice that I'm giving a nice, generous amount of paint because I want this paint to steal the paint inlay from the backing. I want it to take it and put an impression and put it in on this paint. All right, let's see. Here we go. So we're going to put this here. I just want to make sure I have enough paint here. All right. So now I'm committed. It's on. Now I'm just going to lightly rub. All parts of my inlay. After I get all of the inlay down, I'm going to come back and spritz it with water. And then that way I'll make sure I get all the wrinkles out. But I want to continue. So I'm going to go down this section because I want to make sure that I have an even start. So I want to, because I already have this line marked down here. But again, I'm giving it a generous amount, probably double what I would normally do for a second coat. And I'm just going to cover the whole area. Right, I think I need more. All right, so let's lay the bottom part down. Here we go. Now, what's nice is this is gridded. So when you put it on, it matches up perfectly. And it helps you keep it straight. All right. So now I'm going to finish the rest of the table. I'll zoom back out for that. With water and smooth it all out. Okay, so now we wait. Here's the Crackle and the paint inlay with the second coat of paint. The Crackle crackled very nicely. All right, it's time to take off the Summer Villa Paint Inlay. Here we go. First thing you need to do is grab your water bottle, and we're just going to mist it just to reactivate the paint and let it release from the backing. Notice I'm not giving it too much. You don't want too much water. You don't want to make it where it's too damp. Now I'm going to go make sure that I have all the edges damp too, because sometimes I focus on the image of the inlay and I forget that I also need to wet the edges. All right. One last final whoosh. Sometimes the mister doesn't give up that much water. All right. Now, I've got just a cotton rag. I'm just going to kind of push on them. Maybe help release it a little. Giving a good juju. Release. Release. Okay, I'm not sure where I should start, but maybe I should start with the first one. Okay, so I want to blend the edge of the Summer Villa. So I'm just going to take the same color paint and I'm just going to dab. And then when this dries, it won't be shiny, but it'll make it look like it's blended more into the table. So now we need to seal it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a mixture of 50% clear coat and 50% water, and I'm going to spray it on to set the paint inlay, and then after that dries I can brush on the second coat of the clear coat. And as I'm spraying it, I can see it's getting darker, so I know where I've sprayed. Ooh, my hand's getting tired. Layer of clear coat. I've already put on 2 coats of spray varnish really quick, a 50-50 water and clear coat. Now I'm ready to brush it on, and I will probably brush on about 3 coats just because it's a tabletop and I want to make sure that it is durable. I like to use a natural bristle brush when I'm applying my clear coat. One thing is you don't want to overwork your clear coat, but you want to have even long strokes. Okay, I've got a coat of clear coat flat on the top. I'm going to allow this to dry, and then I'm going to apply 2 more coats, and then we are done.